Very good morning, my dear students. We are back with our physics period. That is, in that we have started the lesson measurement. I have told you this lesson is very important. If you will understand the concept of measurement, then we can understand all the lessons why the units have been derived. Am I right? In the last period, we have learned which are the standard unit. Am I right? There are the three basic units, the physical quantity, that is length, mass and time. Let's learn them in a detail. So what is meant by the length? What is meant by the length? Can anyone of you tell me what is the length? Length is nothing but how much is long. Am I right? Particular substance is how much it is long. Are you getting this? So length is measured in a meter, centimeter, millimeter, decimeter, decameter, kilometer. These are the different units of length. But SI, or what is the full form of SI? The standard unit or international, the worldwide accepted unit for the length is a meter. What is the unit of length? It is nothing but a meter. Accepted unit, that is meter. Are you getting? Now if the instrument is small, if you want to measure the small instrument, then we can take the either scale. Yes or no? We can take a scale. For example, we can if you want to measure the length of the notebook, then we can measure with the help of the scale. Then if you will observe the scale properly, there are the two scales are given, inch and centimeter. So we mostly measure the notebook with the help of the scale. Suppose if you want to measure the cloth, then we can't use the small scale. So in that case, we use the meter rod. We use the meter rod. Are you getting this? So this is a meter rod. Then if the length is very small, if the length is very small, if you will consider the length is very small than mm, then how to measure the length? For example, if you will take a dust particle, okay, or you can say the bacteria, they are very small. Yes or no? So which instrument we have to use? Can you guess? For example, if you will take the scale. Now see, this is a scale. Yes. If you want to measure the thickness of the scale, how we can measure? We can't get in a mm. Am I right? So we have to use the instruments such as micrometer, screw gauge or vernier caliper. See, these are the two instruments, micrometer, screw gauge and vernier caliper. These are the two instruments which we can use the smallest distance, or we can say the smallest length. So then comes a point of now if you will take a scale. Now suppose this is a scale. Okay. Now there is a point 0 and 1. And between this there are how many lines? Yes, there are the 10 divisions. Am I right? There are the 10 divisions. So one line consists of 1 mm. Am I right? Or you can say 0.1 centimeter. So the smallest unit of the scale is 0.1 centimeter. 0.1 centimeter. Are you getting this? So smallest unit is 0.1 centimeter of a scale. Am I right? Are you getting this? So this smallest unit is also called as a least count. What it is called? Least count. The smallest unit is also called as a least count. So there are the different instruments around you. You can see, if you will remove the compass box, you can see the protractor. Am I right? Protractor is used to measure the angle. Am I right? Protractor is used to measure the angle. So what will be the least count of the protractor? Yes, it will be 1 degree. Am I right? It will be 1 degree. Now if you will look at the protractor is like this. So this is 0 and here it is straight. And between this there are 10 lines. Yes. So one line consists of 1 degree. So the least count, the smallest unit of that instrument is 1 degree. Are you getting? If you will consider the measuring cylinder. one line consists of 1 mm. So least count of that particular instrument is 1 mm. Are you getting this? So in this way, by seeing any particular instrument, we can remove the least count. Are you getting this? Then this was about the length. Now if you will see, if the line is curved, okay, and I want to measure this curved line, then how I can measure it? Can any one of you tell me? How, if this line is curved, I have to measure this length. How I can measure it? Yes, I have to take with the help of the thread. With the help of the thread. Now if I will put the thread like this, I have to take these 2 points. I have to see this is A and B. I have to take such a point. From A, I have to put one end of the thread and I have to point to the next point, that is B. After that measurement I have to measure with the help of the scale. That measurement I have to measure with the help of the scale. So that will be the length of this curved line. Are you getting this? If we want to measure the length of the curved line, then we have to use the thread. We have to use the thread. Are you getting this? So this was about the length. This was about the length. Now, if you want to measure the larger distance, I can measure the distance from the 2 states. Yes or no? 2 countries. Even I can measure the distance between the 2 countries. But how to measure the distance from the rays of the sunlight from the sun to the earth? Yes, to measure the larger distance, we have to use the unit, that is light year. We have to use the unit light year. Are you getting? So the unit we use to measure the distance from the heavenly bodies, that is a larger distance, and we use the unit light year. Are you getting this? We use the unit light year. And now if we want to find related to the area, okay, this was about the distance is very far away, then we have to use the light year. Now area is also the concept of related to the length, but area is a derived quantity. Because why I am saying that area is a derived quantity? Because area, because of the length and the breadth, we get an area. Means area is depend on this, so it is a derived quantity. So it is called as a derived quantity. We get from the basic unit or fundamental unit. The area we get from the fundamental unit. Why I am saying this? Because area we measure either into length into breadth, yes or no, or side into side. Yes. So these are the fundamental unit or basic unit. These two are the basic unit. While area we get as from, if we will do the product of this length and breadth, then only we are going to get an area. So this unit is called as a derived quantity. This unit is called as a derived quantity. So can you tell me what is exactly the area? Area is nothing but a surface of an object. Area is nothing but surface of an object. Now, if the object is suppose the object has a length, breadth, and height, then we can, with the help of the formula, we can find if the object is a regular object. If the object is regular object, for example, square, rectangle, triangle, parallelogram, if such a shape of the object is there, then we can find the area by using the formula. Now you know the formula for the area of the square, area of rectangle. Area of square is side into side, area of rectangle is length into breadth, area of triangle is half base into height. They have, if the object has a predefined shape, then we can calculate the area. But if I will tell you, if I want to calculate the area of the leaf, this is the leaf it is given. Which shape is this? Can we find it? No. So if the object is irregular, and if we want to find the area, then we have we have to find the area with the help of the graph paper. So how you can find this? See, suppose this is a graph paper. You have to keep the leaf. You have to draw this outline of this leaf. You have to draw the outline of this leaf, and you have to count the full box. You have to count the full box. Then you have to count half box. Then you have to count the half box, and also you have to count more than half. More than half box. Are you getting this? You have to count more than half box. So whatever the total it will be, and you have to do the sum of this, all of three, that is full box, half box and more than half box. You have to do the sum of this, and that will be the area of this leaf. That will be the area of this leaf. Are you getting this? So can you tell me any more thing about a length which we can form a derived quantity? Yes, where is one of it? Are you getting this? So this was about the length. I hope you have understood about the length. Let's move to the next physical quantity, that is mass. That is mass. So what is the mass? What is the mass? Mass is nothing but the amount of matter present in the object. Amount of an object. Are you getting this? Mass is nothing but the amount of matter present in the object. Amount of matter present in an object is called as mass. So how we can measure the mass? Mass we measure either in gram, milligram, kg, yes or no? So these are the different units of mass. But worldwide accepted unit for the mass is kg. The worldwide accepted unit of the mass is kg. Are you getting this? And mass, the instrument used to measure the mass is beam balance. Okay? The instrument used to measure the mass is beam balance. Are you getting this? And here for the length, meter rod, scale, these are the different instruments used to measure the length. Then let's move to the next quantity, that is weight. See, if I will tell my mass is 40 kg. My mass is 40 kg. So that much information is enough for you people. Are you getting? So I have completed my sentence. So this mass comes in a scalar quantity. Mass is a scalar quantity. Let's move to the weight. Why we say weight as a vector quantity? What is the weight? The gravitational pull of an object. The weight is nothing but gravitational pull of an object. The weight is defined as a gravitational pull of an object. So weight means what? It is used to the instrument used to measure the weight is spring balance. You know very well the spring balance. Am I right? How is the spring balance? It stretches and anything downwards. It tells you the direction. It is moving in a downward direction. It tells you the direction. So weight is a vector quantity. So weight is a vector quantity. Are you getting this? So weight is a vector quantity, while mass is a scalar quantity. So what will be the unit of weight? As you know, the unit of this mass is kg. So weight is nothing but weight is measured by the kg weight. Means what? It pulls down. Am I right? This is called as a Newton. It is denoted by capital letter N. So weight is measured with the SI unit Newton, and it is denoted by capital vector quantity. Are you getting this? I hope you have understood about length, mass and weight. Are you getting? So let's move to the next fundamental unit, or we can say the basic unit of the measurement, that is time. Now you know time is used to measure. What is the definition of the time? Can any one of you tell me? Time is nothing but interval between any of the event. Time is nothing but interval between two events. That is called as a time. So what will be the SI unit? Standard unit of the time? Yes, it is second. The time is used to make the SI unit of the time is second. Are you getting? Related to this, there is one experiment of simple pendulum. Are you getting this? Simple pendulum. That I will explain you afterwards. But the SI unit of the time is second. The standard unit, we can say it is a second. Now can you just tell me 1 hour is equal to how many seconds? 1 hour is equal to how many seconds? Okay, we'll go from the small time. 1 minute is equal to how many seconds? 60 seconds. Am I right? So 1 hour is equal to how many minutes? 60 minutes. Is equal to 60 into 60, it will come 3600 seconds. Yes or no? So 3600 seconds. Now you know 1 month consists of how many days? How many days? Yes or no? 1 year consists of how many days? That everything you should know. One year consists of how many months? Am I right? So note down this everything in your notebook. 1 hour is equal to how many minutes? How many seconds? 1 year is equal to how much? Then you can write it by yourself. Then you can write 1 year is equal to how many months? This is days. Which is the leap year? When we can say that this year is a leap year? When you can say that particular year is a leap year, can you tell me this year is a leap year? 2021? No. Last year it was a leap year? Yes, because that number is divisible by 4. If the year is divisible by 4, if the number is divisible by 4, then that year is called as a leap year. I hope you have understood it. We have learned today the basic unit of the measurement, that is physical quantity, that is length, mass, weight, time. Are you getting? In the next video we are going to learn about temperature and density. Thank you.